There's no place to escape to.
This is the last podcast.
On the left.
Live from your glade.
That's when the cannibalism started.
What was that?
So I guess we're going to get spooky, huh?
I think we are.
Because you know what? The one thing I'd say about this year is that it hasn't been frightening and anxiety-ridden enough. That it's important
No, it hasn't.
to add a layer of... But you know what? Truly, the one feeling I've been missing mostly is spooky.
Yes.
Because even in our new
there's
place...
a difference between spooky and existential dread.
Yes.
Because spooky, you actually feel alive.
It's kind of
But
fun.
then in dread, you're just like, I'm dying.
Am I dying? Am I dying? But I'm
Yeah.
alive. I'm technically more corpulent. I'm more filled with food and water than ever before. But at the
Right.
same time, I'm a skeleton.
Indeed.
But yeah, even my own house now that we have, we've been kind of going nuts with the Halloween decorations, kind of putting shit everywhere. And the other day,
How long are you going to keep those up? If you keep them up until Thanksgiving, you guys are psycho.
I don't see them going away anytime soon. And
I love that you like Halloween decorations. You're just decorating your house.
Oh, I know. Natalie thinks that the seasons will change. And I was like, I'm not moving this shit to a storage unit. This stuff's staying inside of this house.
Absolutely.
But it's all like motion censored, like frightening things because we've been trying to find more spots in the house where we'll scare people if you go in a room.
So done with you, by the way. I just finished taking a lengthy pee, and I frickin' opened the bathroom door at Henry's house, and I damn near punched the frickin' skeleton that cackled at me.
It's
As
true.
if it saw me piss, it was just like, how many beers? And I'm like, I'm actually drinking more water than I usually do.
But the other day, Nat forgot to shut the alarm off and set the alarm off in the morning, and I was trying to sleep, and then the whole house just burst into a security alarm, and then this
You're living like Ernest Scared Stupid.
Yes. That was the goal.
All right, welcome to the last podcast on the left, everyone. I am Ben with Marcus and with Henry. Why are we talking about spooky things? Because this episode, it's all spooky spaghetti. It's creepy pasta. Is there any other term for it? Like, I don't know, like
Stories.
creepy crepes? Maybe creepy crepes? Something like that?
Malevolent manicotti.
Manicotti. And
Ooh,
you know what?
malevolent manicato.
When it's nice about the Italian accent is that we can still do it.
Really?
We can still go out there and go, and I'm not going to have the Italian council coming at me because they're too busy hiding the bodies.
Indeed. Busy folks feeding them to rats, which I do after having a rat in my house. We talked about this when discussing the Iceman. I firmly believe they can eat a human body.
Of course they can.
Absolutely. Yeah. Rats are still the scariest thing that I have ever had to deal with in my home.
Besides your roommates?
Besides my roommates.
What about the time that somebody shit in your tub?
Well, that wasn't scary to me because I wasn't even remotely close to there. And that woman married that man who dumped in the tub after she stepped in his poop. Folks, just have your partner step in your fecal matter. And if it's not love after that, you'll know. All right. Who is? We just said we're going to
getting spooky.
Decide in show who reads the first spooky spaghetti, though.
Marcus, make your case for why you think you should read first.
I think I should read first because I'm trying something a little different with this first spooky spaghetti story.
I would say,
is different the way to start?
I would say
I don't know.
I'm trying to go first because mine chronologically might be earliest.
All right, well, I'm going to go first because mine is 2 minutes. All right, let's just...
But wait, before we start, we got to get in the mood.
Oh, yeah, get him in the mood, buddy. Absolutely. Yes, of course.
Jumping the gun.
We're doing this,
Of course.
guys. All right, Halloween's approaching. Don't fucking think about the election. Don't think about that.
You just made them think about it.
Because I am projecting.
Oh, delete it.
So we're sitting here because normally I'm going to say, roll up a big old hogs. Like, I think that's already, I'm presuming that.
Maybe a protein-based hog's leg.
Well, nowadays you can get the THC water, you can get the THC gum. I'm saying right now, get yourself hydrated and also deeply, deeply paranoid with some THC water. Roll up. What I now do, and I got those rosin joints.
I know
with
what you
have. The crackle in it. This shit. honestly, what's nice about it is that it alleviates your consciousness from being present.
I don't know. I
For
just
me, it did.
sat there and I was like, I can't believe I said that in 7th grade on the school bus. No wonder everybody hated me. And I just did that for 7 hours when I had your spackling joint, whatever the hell you call it.
Well, that's because you're Cali sober right now, and what really helps that is
Except for-
bourbon.
I did drink during the debate because you got to have a little fun with it.
Have to.
Yeah. Although I do want to say, when it comes to the THC weed vape, before you get everyone in the mood, when it comes to the THC weed water, I did buy like 7 of them because I'm not trying to drink so much BLs.
Yeah.
And I found if you drink 6 of those, man, Bud Light is like not a drug. It's like I was just like, holy shit, how much? Like, and it got crazy.
Oh my God. But I think it's important for everyone to get to a place where you're genuinely scared. Yeah. So think about it, because I feel like right now, quarantine, we're in the middle. Let's not. Normally, we like to stay timeless.
Absolutely.
But we're here in quarantine presently, and you're like, let's say you're alone. And how scary is that? I mean, I know that if you're single, there's a lot of things about scary about being single, but also
I think
not.
it might be scarier if you were with somebody you hated.
But yeah, I'm sure. I mean, but the idea is that, like, you know, like if you're alone, like you go home late at night, and like, especially if you're some kind of nurse or you have to work outside of your home, and you don't know who just comes inside of your house. And the idea of like your neighbors being turned against you just by society and just in their own worlds of paranoia and intensity, and eventually you'll find yourself realize that you are a lone victim in a sea of enemies. And isn't that scary? But also, it's very scary as well to be in a couple. Because
it is, yes.
You never really know your partner.
No.
You don't. Because like, I was recently
Look at that
watching
Chris Watts documentary.
That's what I was just about to bring up, the Chris Watts Family Annihilator. The Chris Watts Family Annihilation. I said, this
Don't
man...
sell it like it's a shop product.
That's what it is.
The Chris Watts Family Annihilator. It kills any onions you need to have diced and sliced.
You don't know your husband. You don't know your wife. Every day they could be feeding you lies, and they can sit and tell you every single thing that you want to hear and be everything to you that you want them to be. But guess what? One day they could meet somebody with brand new breasts and kill you and the 2 kids in a blink of an eye.
I don't know how you prepared people. I guess everyone's scared now.
But remember, but also ghosts.
Also ghosts. All right.
So man, fucking get high as shit, because this is the only thing we got. This is the only thing we fucking got.
The Henry Zabrowski story. Also ghosts. All right. I will just jump us in here. This is called Dark Web Treasure Hunt. Who doesn't love dark web treasure hunts? How are they going to see where the treasure is if it's so dark? Okay.
Man, oh man.
Here we go. Estimated reading time, 2 minutes. Let's do it.
Let's see if we can get it down to a
Clock
minute
it.
and a half.
All right, so here we go. It's birthday time. For my birthday, I'm reading now. Also, who wrote it? Let me do this. This was written by Richard Saxon. So that's very cool. Saxon, Richard Saxon. The old Dick Saxon there. God knows you do that on a fucking public school bus, you will be killed. Okay.
Get to the story.
All right. For my birthday, I decided to treat myself to a dark web mystery box gift. That is not sad at all.
That's stupid.
It was for his birthday. It was a service I'd used several times before, and they had never disappointed, sending heaps of useless but funny things to my doorstep. Happy birthday! A note on a box read. I picked up the package, placed on my doorstep, and noticed a letter was attached to it. Indeed. I wonder if it was a letter C. No, it was a letter that you read. There comes a time in every... There comes a... This is the letter.
I just feel like I'm stuck in a car with you and I'm your son and you're trying to connect with me.
It's like the movie Dutch. Okay, this is what the frickin' letter said. It said, there comes a time in every man's life where their skills and knowledge has to be tested. With that in mind, I shall set you out on a treasure hunt. Please follow the instructions within the box, and for safety reasons, burn every letter once it's been opened or solved. Very much like, what was the name of that great television show? Get Smart. Or the other cartoon.
Is it like Get Smart?
Well,
Are you
yeah,
thinking,
because
are you thinking about Inspector Gadget?
Inspector
And then
Gadget.
there's Mission Impossible. When the
no,
thing's
no,
gonna
no.
detonate.
Inspector Gadget, you have to destroy the letter, and he would always have a problem destroying the letter, and then he would just like give it to his daughter Penny, and then she would die or something. To my surprise, the note was signed by Pete, my best friend since childhood. It was a neat surprise, but I was confused as to exactly how he'd gotten involved with this anonymous service. Whether he was just an active user there himself who'd recognized me, or if he'd been contacted by the website. I didn't know. Nevertheless, it seemed like a cool gift, didn't it? My first clue would simply be a piece of paper with two incoherent words written on it. Van Mace.
Okay.
Van Mace are the two words. Could it be a name? Maybe a location? I sat down with it and contemplated the words in front of me. After just a minute, I realized it was an anagram. The letters the letters just had to be rearranged to form a new meaning.
Yes, that's an anagram.
So what? Yeah, that's what he said. He's explaining it to the reader. Which is very nice of him to do that. So, what was the hidden? What do you think was the hidden message?
Van Mace.
The hidden message. What do you think it was, Marcus?
Van Mace.
Van Mace. Anagram. Rearrange the letters.
Van Mace.
Man cave. It was man cave is the word you're looking
I've
for.
heard of those at Home Depot.
Yes. It was a reference to Pete's basement, a place we'd frequently spent our Saturday nights playing video games and drinking whiskey.
Ooh.
I burned the letter in accordance with the instructions and quickly made my way to the man cave. There I used my spare key to unlock the door, half expecting a surprise party. Instead, all I found was another clue. Oh, good. An ace of spades and a picture. Both were pinned to a board with an unfamiliar knife. I removed the knife and checked out the clues. The picture itself was a place we frequently went as kids to smoke and relax. It seems like they were doing a lot of drugs and drinking as children.
That actually sounds like a lot of fun. I wish I did more of that instead of using my imagination.
I definitely did that for the both of us, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
A beautiful field which no one knew about. Okay, so they would go smoke and relax in this beautiful field that no one knew about. It was just a short hike outside the city. I made my way there in about an hour. Our usual place was hidden in the shade beneath some trees.
Why don't we have a place where we go, Kissel?
Because we didn't secretly blow each other and be like, we're just getting drunk and we're just smoking joints. And it's like, sometimes you blow each other when you're doing that.
Yeah, I guess you need a lot of room.
Yes, indeed. You want to be under a tree. Once there, I noticed a shovel sticking out of the ground. On top lay some fresh dirt.
Because you also know the ace of spades is the card of death.
Isn't that something? Spade.
It's a hint.
Spade. Ace
Of what he's about to talk about.
Interesting. Spade. Ace of spades. Very creative, I chuckled to myself. Spade. Oh, ace of spade. Oh,
That's perfect.
Great job. Without hesitation, I picked it up and started digging through the hole. After less than a minute, I hit something solid. Expecting another clue, I bent down and brushed away the dirt. As I put my hand on the cold surface, I immediately retracted it in shock. It was Pete! Buried under the dirt, dead from multiple stab wounds to his chest. In shock, I called the police, devastated by the loss of my best friend. Well,
I don't believe you.
I don't believe Mother. Well, I waited, I sat down and tried to figure out what the hell happened. Well, it seems like he was stabbed a bunch. That's when I realized that I had burned every note and that my fingerprints were all over the murder scene. From the strange knife in the basement to the key. And the shovel itself used to bury him. I'd been set up. That's how it ends.
I feel like that's how your life will end.
I've been set up. All right. So anyway, Richard Saxon, he didn't kill his friend Pete. He was set up. I just love that the end of the movie is just the idea that he had been set up. Do we know, was he found guilty? Is there?
Well, no, because then we have to get into jurisprudence and we have to talk about fucking crime scenes. And we have to get into forensics, all this bullshit. We got to find out if he got a good defense attorney.
Yeah.
And find if he rolls out the
Hopefully
whole thing that he
money.
was molested.
Yeah.
You know, and how often him and Pete used to go blow each other in that field, and maybe he felt it wasn't consensual. It's like a whole thing. He throws Pete under the bus. You got, what's his name? Baez? Casey Anthony's lawyer in there?
Baez,
Jose
absolutely.
Baez, yeah.
Dark web treasure hunt. Great job, Mr. Saxon. All right.
Okay.
Very nice.
Who goes now? Should I go?
Go
Or do you
ahead.
wanna
Go
go?
ahead. You go ahead, my friend. You go ahead.
What I try to do this episode is that, I've read a lot of erotica, and I've surprised our audience time and time again.
You read a lot of Bigfoot erotica.
I did, and then a lot of Mothman erotica and a lot of Slender Man erotica, and I feel that this time my goal was to try to be spooky.
Okay.
Because I needed it. I needed to see some ghosts I needed to see a werewolf. I needed to be pressed down upon by a Dracula.
Okay.
So this is a real article from the Alton Daily Telegraph. This is from December 8th, 1890.
Damn. Ooh, wow. Going back in time.
Going back in time.
Back in time.
One ghost story is nearly always productive of another. There is something peculiarly mysterious about ghost stories. Although no one yet has been found who has felt that he could say positively that the apparition he saw was someone who at some time inhabited a tenement of flesh and blood and walked among men. A number of years ago, the writer was sitting in the office of, at that time, a well-known physician. The subject of apparitions happened to come up by the report that a ghost had been seen in the eastern end of the city. The doctor said, "Well, if you have no objection, I will tell you my experience with ghosts."
I hope by well-known physician, he's well-known for being a physician and not like a juggler.
And then he went doctor.
And then he's a doctor. Yeah.
Always got to shift because there's no money in juggling. Because everyone's just waiting for you to drop shit and no one really cares about the balls.
I know, it's more fun when they mess it up, isn't it?
The doctor was a good storyteller and could always have an audience when professional duties permitted. Settling myself in a chair comfortably, I said to the doctor, "Go ahead. I am fixed for ghosts tonight." After pondering a second or two, and casting a glance around him as if looking for someone, he began. "Some 10 or 12 years ago, I had a very large practice in the American Bottom, east of Alton. I would frequently be called out at night in that neighborhood and spend a large portion of it in making calls and in returning to my home. On these occasions, I always took my driver along. He was a tall, muscular Irishman, strong as an ox, and apparently without fear.
Technically the driver took him along.
I don't appreciate that. I'm the man in the back seat. And the best part about a driver is that he has to take control, because if not, if I lose even an ounce of respect for him, I will blind him with my hands and kill us both."
All right, Doc.
We both had weapons with us in case of need. Oh man, I miss when doctors had guns.
I know.
Yeah.
We never had an occasion to use them, unfortunately. I added the unfortunately. The night in question, I was called to attend a family living about 6 or 8 miles below the city on the St. Louis Road. It was one of the handsomest nights I ever saw. The moon was full and cast such a glorious light that the trees and houses seemed illumined.
Handsome night. What, did the moon have a mustache like Burt Reynolds?
It was the kind of
handsome night? I never heard that before, Doctor.
It was the kind of night that made me want to come on the knees of an Englishman.
That's a handsome night. All right.
The air was keen and crusty with frost. A typical December night. We reached the homestead of the family, where the call came from, about 9:30. I'd found 2 cases of diphtheria in almost the last stages. I stayed with the family for a couple of hours, affording such relief as I could. Between 11 and 12, we started on our return. I felt somewhat blue over the prospects for the recovery of my 2 patients, and with foreboding fears that more of the family might be taken down with the dread disease. I said nothing to my driver, meditating upon how little a physician could do with all his much-vaunted skill when death put in a claim.
Yeah, you're not going to beat it.
They called it a practice for a reason.
Indeed.
We had reached shortly after 12 o'clock that part of the road lying near the old cemetery at Milton. As is well known, Milton Cemetery is on top of the hill, overlooking the road. Noticing the hill, my thoughts ran to the many ghost stories that had been told of that famous spot. My attention was suddenly called by an exclamation from Patrick, my driver. "By all the saints, Doctor, what's that ahead of us?" Quickly.
Never trust an Irish driver.
He's a big, he's strong as an ox.
I don't know.
Quickly glancing in the direction, I saw a figure, some 200 yards in advance of us, standing in the middle of the road and apparently facing us. It seemed to be the height of an ordinary person, but it appeared to be covered in a sheet. I thought it was someone trying to frighten us. I told Patrick so, And we drove on until the horse caught sight of the object and would go no farther.
I think it's Mitch McConnell trying to get the Klan on his side for another Senate race.
Got the fuck
Hello.
Fearing that the animal might break the vehicle, I said to Patrick to hold the horse, and I would go and investigate the apparition. So I took the buggy whip in one hand and my pistol in the other, prepared, as I supposed, for the would-be ghost. As I drew near it, I saw that holes appeared to be cut in the sheet, and about where the eyes and nose ought to be, but there was no movement in any part of it. It was as cold and as stiff-looking as a marble monument. A little closer, I observed that feet, clad in white stockings, protruded beneath the sheet. I shouted when within a rod, "Who are you, and why do you stand there trying to frighten my horse?" There was no sound uttered.
What?
Or movement made by the figure. I was astonished beyond measure. My heart thumped and beat so loudly that I was sure Patrick could hear it. And the ghost, too, if it had ears. At last, mustering up courage, I made a rush for the figure. I raised my whip and brought the heavy end down with all my strength on the figure's head. But imagine my surprise. Instead of striking the creature, my whip cleaved through it and struck the place where its feet stood. The next instant, the most unearthly, the most horrible yell that ever pierced the ears of any mortal came from the spot where the blow from my whip was aimed. The shriek of a dozen catamounts could not have equaled it. I was paralyzed for a few seconds, and when I came to myself, there was nothing to be seen. The echo had died away. Turning towards my buggy, the horse was a prancing and a jumping. And when I reached it, the animal was covered with sweat, trembling like an aspen. And Patrick was speechless.
Do horses sweat?
They do.
Yeah.
Really? Not like
Oh,
dogs,
yeah.
huh?
Oh,
Interesting.
Yeah, you can make it sweat. Give it one of those polygraph tests. Actually, like, well, do you really like hay? You're looking for some dick.
If you paint a horse, it will die.
Really?
Yep, try it.
Good to know.
Let's get a horse.
Yeah, let's buy one, sure.
Mythbusters.
Dumbass Mythbusters?
Dumbass Mythbusters. Yeah. After having spoken to him several times, he stammered, What was it, doctor? What was it, doctor? What was it? I didn't tell him. I didn't say anything. We drove off in silence, and as we passed the spot where the figure stood, the horse shied and plunged, and a peculiar odor seemed to pervade the atmosphere. In the course of 10 or 15 minutes, Patrick told me that just after the screech, the figure seemed to flit through the air, its white stocking feet protruding beneath the drapery towards the cemetery on the hillside, and disappeared in the ground. That was all I ever saw. Patrick would not be hired to pass that way again. He soon after left my employ and went from the city. I did not speak of the apparition to anyone, because I must have a driver, and I was confident that it would be almost impossible to secure one that would pass along that road if it was told. I made the same trip the next night and many nights since, and I've never seen again the strange visitant. No one else that I ever heard of saw it afterwards. I've often thought of it and tried to reason it out. Had not Patrick and his horse seen and heard it, I should have persuaded myself that it was an illusion. You are the first person to whom I have told it, and I never speak of it until I am gone. Then you may publish it if you want. The old physician relapsed into silence. He never mentioned the story again. And a few years afterwards, he passed away, having served his generation well.
All right, the world's greatest generation. Look at that. So he saw a ghost and whipped it.
So he had an Irish carriage driver named Paddy.
Patrick.
Yep. Yeah, it's racist.
I mean, I just feel like it was a strange response when he sees a ghost, and then he whips it.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know, you whip a ghost?
Yeah, of course you whip
I've never
a ghost.
seen a whip. I've never seen a ghost react to being whipped before.
To be honest, like, you spray a ghost with Uzi.
Yeah, you could do that.
I would imagine if you saw a ghost, you would hit the ghost with whatever you had in your hand. You had a BL bottle, you'd throw it at the ghost.
I don't know how, but
Kissel,
also
I
you could
can
be very peaceful.
definitely-
It could be very peaceful as well.
I can definitely see you living in the Haunted Mansion from Disney, throwing beer cans at all of the dancing ghosts, just being like, I can't hear my TV stories.
Oh, well, they're better than a TV story.
Shut up, playing ghost. I'm trying to watch C-SPAN.
Oh, that is, man, there's nothing better, by the way. If you haven't watched C-SPAN, you must. When they take the calls from the Democrat, Independent, and Republican lines, man, those people get roasted. It's very, very fun. I don't know if anyone can stay alive.
I have no interest in seeing C-SPAN.
Okay.
Well, my first story today, it is actually a translation of a Japanese creepypasta.
Cool. Uh-oh.
It's called How to Play Hide and Seek Alone. It's instructions.
Oh, that's and so this is just about a sad, lonely kid.
The one-man hide and seek, a.k.a. one-man tag, is a ritual for contacting the dead.
This is so sad. This is just for fucking incels.
I feel so bad for. Imagine summoning the devil alone.
Yeah, you need at least a tits out woman there.
If you're lucky, a guy or something.
The spirits, which are wandering restless on the earth, are always looking for bodies to possess. In this ritual, you will summon such a spirit by offering it a doll instead of a human body.
Okay.
Warning, if you have psychic abilities, you may feel unwell or be prone to accidents during the ritual.
How do
Our
I know?
entire audience just turned this off.
But how do I know? Am I just like, because most of the people I know that say that they're empaths are them themselves pieces of shit.
I don't know.
Things you need. One stuffed doll. It must have limbs.
Great.
Because otherwise, how's it going to chase after you? How's it going to go hide?
Well, I
It's
guess
just a tube.
I guess I can't give him my Herbert the Grape doll then.
Yeah, I got to stop giving them, just got to make those Ed's dad dolls and give them away.
Ed Larson, check out his movie How America Killed My Mother.
Rice. You need rice.
Yep.
Enough to stuff the doll full.
Okay.
Oh.
You need one needle and one crimson thread, one pair of nail clippers, one sharp-edged tool, such as a knife, glass shard, or scissors.
Don't use a glass shard. You're not escaping from a mental asylum. You're in the home.
Well, if you have the option between a glass shard or scissors, I'd say go with the scissors.
Doesn't everyone have one IKEA knife that they use to slash open everything?
I'm sure. Yes, absolutely.
I use my knife from the Blind Bladesmith out in Nashville. Wonderful knives.
Good plug.
Was he blind?
He has the eyes of a dead man.
Oh, cool. Oh, we met him.
Yeah, he's cool as hell. Yeah, he sent us all
Wonderful
knives.
guy. Yes, yes.
Yeah, super cool
Wonderful.
guy, yeah.
Yes.
You need 1 cup of salt water. Natural salt would be best.
Okay.
Need a bathroom with a bathtub and some form of counter. And finally, a hiding place, preferably a room purified by incense. And there must be a TV in there.
I mean, that's the way to do it. But the main thing, what we do is, what really helps, it's not so much the incense, Glade plugins.
Absolutely. That works. That works.
Here's how you prepare. Take out whatever the doll is stuffed with. Once all stuffing is removed, restuff it with rice.
Okay.
Number 2, clip off a few pieces of your nails and put them inside the doll. Sew up the opening with the crimson thread. And when you finish sewing, tie up the doll with the rest of the thread. Number 3, go to the bathroom and fill your bathtub with water.
Okay.
Number 4, return to your hiding place and put the cup of salt water on the ground.
Instructions followed.
Okay.
Are you doing this, audience? Are you doing this right now?
So now that you're prepared, this is how you do it. Number 1, give a name to your doll. The name can be any name but your own.
Irma.
Adolf Hitler.
No, you can't do that.
Okay, Mussolini. No, that's not good. What's his first name? Was his first name Alfred?
It was Benito.
Oh, yeah.
Benito Benini.
Chachi.
Oh.
Chachi. Let's go with Chachi. And when the time is 3 a.m., say your name first. So let's say Henry. Henry is the first it. You say that to the doll 3 times. So say it, Henry.
Henry is the first it. Henry is the first it. Henry is the first it. Oh, no.
Now go to the bathroom and put the doll into the water-filled bathtub.
Okay. Now, It's all falling apart.
It's full of rice. Yeah, it's going to expand.
I'm not like an expert sewer, so most of this is just this is all a mess.
Yeah, you're alone for a
ruined
reason.
everything.
Yeah, no skills. Yeah.
Number 4, turn off all the lights in your house. Go back to the hiding place and switch on the TV. After counting to 10 with your eyes closed, return to the bathroom with the edged tool in your hand. That would be your knife or your piece of broken glass.
Don't, because then you can't even grip on it. Just get a knife.
Well, you could tape it up like a shank.
What are we in prison or you're in your home?
They're trying to summon the devil.
Then you go to the bathtub and say to the doll, I have found you, Chachi. Then you stab the doll with the edged tool.
Got you, Scapeo.
Whoa!
Say, you are the next it, Chachi.
You're going to say it?
You're the next it, Chachi. You're the next it, Chachi.
Very good.
And you got to say that as you take the doll out of the bathtub and leave it on the counter in the bathroom.
Natalie's going to be so mad.
No,
I made
you're
such
alone.
a mess.
You're a single.
Oh, this is me single?
This is you as a single.
Okay. So we got all my buddies in the other room. We got the fucking Van Halen
I remember
playing.
that when you were so snappy when you were single. I remember you were a totally different person. Cool and
Budweiser
everything.
sign is lit up.
And as soon as you've put the doll down, run back to the hiding place and hide. Here's how you finish. Number 1, pour half of the cup of salt water into your mouth. Do not drink it.
You should have said it first. You first.
Yeah,
first
you go.
say, don't drink it because I would drink all the salt water. I'm sick of my stomach.
Oh my God! Yeah, that's not going to be.
No,
You're actually
just
getting
keep it
more
in there.
thirsty. Okay.
You just keep it. This is
I'm swishing.
Good for
This is
canker
key.
stores. Yeah.
This is
I'm gonna
key.
do it. I'll do it. There you go.
Number
I hate
2.
Okay.
Number 2, get out of your hiding place and start looking for the doll. Because the doll is not necessarily in the bathroom.
Why do I got all this water? What's going on with the water? I don't want to hear. Oh God, Henry, that's so gross.
Whatever happens, do not spit out the salt water. Do not spit out the water, no matter what.
warm.
When you find the doll, pour the rest of the salt water in the cup over it. Then,
Oh my God, get rid of the water. Jeez.
no, you did it wrong. You did it wrong. You did it wrong. You're supposed to
Do
keep
not
it in your
drink
mouth.
that water. No one. Do not do that, Henry. You spit it
put
in
it
the
back
cup.
in your mouth. Put it back in your mouth.
No, do not, Marcus. I
Put it
sit
back-
here with this man.
Put it back in your mouth.
Oh,
Because
God,
what
it's
you're supposed to
disgusting.
do, you're supposed to pour the rest of the cup that you didn't put in your mouth on the doll. Then spit out the salt water.
Spit it out. Jeez.
I'm covered in this technology everywhere. I can't spit. I can't throw the water down.
Yeah, exactly.
You spit it. You pour the water out onto the doll. Then you spit the water onto the doll, and then you say, "I win 3 times."
I win. I win. I win.
Oh, you Cartman?
And this is supposed to end the ritual.
Okay.
After this, make sure you dry the doll, burn it, and discard it later. Most important, do not stop this ritual halfway. You must do it through to the end. This is a dangerous ritual, and we will not be responsible for what happens to you if you try. Other things to keep in mind. Do not leave your house until you have done the finishing ritual. You must turn off every single light in your house when told to do so. You must keep quiet while hiding. You do not need to put the salt water in your mouth during the beginning. You only need to do it during the finishing ritual.
So many rules.
This is just a way for a dad to keep the gas bill down and the energy bill low.
We're going to play a game called Everybody Go to Sleep When You're Hungry.
Turn off the lights. Salt
Remember,
water's
it-
fine.
Remember, if you're living with someone, you might put them in danger too. Be sure to warn your roommates or your mother or your father.
This is really just, you're basically describing the only people doing this are living the neat lifestyle.
Yes, indeed.
Keep the ritual/game under 2 hours or the spirit will be too strong to remove.
Okay.
For safety reasons, it might be best to keep all the doors in the house unlocked, including your front door. As well, have friends close by so that they can come and help you at a moment's notice if you ever need them.
I don't know if this guy has friends at a premium.
Yeah, I don't know if he has local friends, if this is how you're spending your night.
And then finally, some final notes. 1, the rice represents innards and also has the role of attracting spirits. So
Okay.
the rice must be used. Number 2, the crimson thread represents the blood vessel. It seals the spirit up inside the doll. And number 3, by cutting the thread off, you break the seal and release the spirits you have trapped.
Interesting. You know what's weird is that
Wow.
even though, whatever, number one, Japanese are trying to get back at us for World War II.
They're still very
This is
upset.
number one.
Yes, indeed.
This is first step one. They're just slowly infiltrating us. It's just what they do.
Well, I was
Number
watching
two-
House Hunters International, American couple. They wanted to go to Vietnam, and they were complaining about the prices.
They always do. They go to another country and they're like, "Why is I wish it was like America? You're moving to Vietnam. It's not like America.
They're not going to like you too much, I don't think.
The bathrooms are different there." And number two, the rice is often used in ritual in order to call ghosts. Quite often, it's used as a food stand-in, even on non-cooked rice.
Sure, UNICEF has been summoning ghosts for a long time, haven't they?
That is like is that a hot take?
Technically, UNICEF actually did some great damage, but that's for a whole nother episode. They lowered the price of rice to the point where there's no competition. The farmers run out of business. You can't compete with free.
This is scary. Honestly, this is the spookiest we've gotten. Economics or something that's past me. I know more about ghosts and tulpas than I know about global economics.
The next creepypasta, the horrors of good intention.
Oh my God, this creepypasta brought to you by Steve Forbes. How excited. I cannot imagine. I'm sure he has some creepypastas in his past.
Yeah, I think he's got a fucking creepypasta in his pants. Steve Forbes, I want him nowhere near my kids or my dog.
Well, I don't think he'll be coming by anytime soon.
I guess I got to keep drinking this water, huh?
So this story, this is a twofer. It's a two-parter, but I'll just read the first part now.
Oh, I just made this like mouth soup.
I
My
know,
water
buddy.
is so
And
warm now.
do you want to go throw it away?
No. I'm locked in now. I'm a host.
Oh, good Lord. All right, this one's called A Halloween to Remember. Very exciting. You don't want to forget Halloween. Never forget Halloween. And it is written by...
You always sound like the people who fake sell things at Ollivanders in Harry Potter World, where
you
you're just trying to
tried
go
the
through the
magic
descriptions,
stick?
where they all just been like, "You look someone that should have a number 4, where it's full for fat ones."
Full fat ones? No, this is actually written by Sloshed Train. Sloshed Train. So very excited to read this for you all again. It is entitled A Halloween to Remember. My friends and I decided to go trick-or-treating this year. Very fun. We were teenagers that wanted some candy and to TP some houses. We lived in a massive neighborhood, so there was always a lot there was a lot to go around. After 2 hours of going around the streets, egging and TPing houses, and a very lucky escape from the police, we were ready to end the night. That's kind of fun. Remember that? Did you ever TP? Anyone ever TP here?
Yeah, I TP'd. I definitely TP'd.
You know what? I never TP'd, but I pee-peed.
We all stopped at a dark street.
Kill me.
One of my friends asked, "Should we go?" Another friend replied, "Okay, one more street." I stared down the dark street, unable to see the end. There was something odd about this street, like it did not belong. The houses were completely different from the houses in the neighborhood. The houses look abandoned, and there were no lights either on the street or in the houses.
I just watched Freddy's Dead last night,
Oh,
and
so
he
good.
does. It is not good.
Freddy's dead?
It
I love Freddy's Dead. New Nightmare?
No, Freddy's Dead. The 3D one, it is not good. But in the parlance of Freddy Krueger, every city has an Elm Street, where they just break all the rules.
Every city does have an Elm Street, mostly. Freddy's Dead, not good.
Rewatch
I
it.
might have to rewatch that. Because I'm pretty sure I've seen every one of them. I always love the Freddy ones, but maybe it's blurred together.
That one is not good.
Okay, wow, hot take. I stared down the dark street, unable to see the end, as we talked about. The houses were completely different. The houses all looked abandoned, no lights on, okay? So then he said, "I got a bad feeling about this, guys. Don't be a pussy, David." That's his name. Don't be a pussy, David.
Change up the names so I can change up the voices so that I can hear different characters.
Don't be a pussy, David.
Thank you.
No problem, although pussies are very strong, and I would say don't be a ball sack, David.
Yes, Kissel.
Don't be a pussy, David. We're just going to egg some houses and leave. If they do call the cops again, we'll sneak out of there. This place is freaking pitch black, my friend replied.
I'm sorry I asked you.
You did it. We walked down the coal black street joking around and telling ghost stories, as I just couldn't help feeling watched. Houses looked very different and didn't look stable. I knew something was up. I just knew it. The light from the other street began to become dimmer and dimmer. Okay, here.
Dimmer.
Okay, here. We took a bag. Okay, here, he's saying. We took a bag full of eggs and toilet paper. We were cursing and having fun. I almost forgot to be worried. Crack! A loud noise echoed in the street. Crack! What was that? I asked. Everybody hide now! Oh, this is the friend that yelled it. Everybody hide now.
Thank you. Stay consistent with the characters. Choose a voice and stay consistent.
Everybody hide now.
See how difficult it is? When you're a character actor, how many people you have to be, how you begin to lose sense with the central you. Eventually, there is no real you. You are just an amalgam of characters. And then you wonder every day, who is it that I am? What is it that I feel? Is there me? What do I think?
I was just feeling that way. Everybody hide now.
Who am I? What do
saw
I
all
do?
my friends scramble around the block. I hid behind a rusty old trash can. Rusty trash can, also a great sex act, looking over the edge. I couldn't see anything because it was so dark. I only could see a blue outline of the houses. I took up my phone for some light. No signal at all on my cell phone. Didn't they build over a dozen cell towers all over the area? Didn't they? I shined my light towards the street. Crack! Crack! This time it was even louder. Crack! I pulled back and looked over again. All of my friends were there standing in the middle of the street. I questioned walking towards them. So what do you think that was? They didn't respond. Hello! There's something about your soul I cannot take, but I'll find a way. They all said at the same time. What the fuck? They all charged towards me. I ran and ran. The darkness seemed to continue on forever. I didn't hear them chasing after me, but I didn't stop. I slammed my face into a wall. I got up to see a giant skyscraper outlined in blue and a plenty fill of them. It was a city without light. I stood there completely shocked. A lot of the questions flew into my mind. What just happened? Where am I? Can I get back? These questions flooded my mind. A loud growl roared behind me. Rawr. I turned around to see the wolf-like creature blended in the darkness. Shit. I whispered to myself. I stood there looking straight at the creature. I regret my decision after that. I ran as fast as I could, hearing the creature's paws hitting the concrete. I stopped at an alley. I think I'm okay, I said to myself. You're far from okay, a similar voice responded.
You sound like Trump going through his daily security briefings.
I turned around to see an army of people standing. I tried to run, but another group blocked the other side of the alley. A tall man stood in front. He was dressed in black and was wearing a hoodie that blocked his face. What do you want from me? I yelled. And then he said, I want your soul. No, this is a different character. Yeah. I want your soul. Like I did with all the little friends here. I use this realm to capture as many souls as I want.
Are we in the the weird fan fiction Altiverse?
I yelled back, you bastard! And then he said, you're different. Your soul is special and very hard to get. And what makes it harder that you're protected, but no soul is strong enough to keep me out. Get ready to become my puppet.
Oh, this is technically this is ripping off of Slender Man.
Then they closed in on me. And then they closed in on me. I felt like this was the end, and that was just going to be the beginning. That I was going to be made his puppet, and I couldn't do anything about it. A stereotypical light shone down on me. Not him again. Oh, no, this is what the tall man said. He said, not him again.
I'm lost.
They're in a fucking dark-ass alley in a neighborhood that has no lights, and then this demon is like, I want your soul, and then you got a special soul. And then a light shone down.
It's the rambling story of a schizophrenic at a bus stop.
And then the tall man said, not him again. I woke up in my bed in my bag of candy and leftover eggs from last night. Wow, he woke up in his bed. Yeah, he woke up in his bed and my bag of candy and leftover eggs from last night. So he woke up with him in the bed.
Was the tall man a big 6'7" redhead man that forces you to stay out drinking BLs until 2:30 in the morning because he doesn't want the night to end? He doesn't want the smiles to end?
Thank God I did that with our manager. I focused him and I made him motivated. I looked at my digital clock and it read 7 a.m. 1/1/1/1. November 1st, 2011. I laid there for a while and wondered if it was all just a dream.
It would have been scary
happened.
if it was 9/11.
It would have been, wouldn't it? But that's a different kind of horror. I laid there for a while and wondered if it was all a dream. Whatever happened, I'm safe now. I got up to get ready for school and saw a sticky note on my door saying, I haven't forgotten about you yet.
He left a sticky note?
Yeah, and we're going to pick up with the sequel, A Halloween to Regret. very soon.
We do? We are?
I haven't forgotten about you yet.
Why did he leave a sticky note? He's a fucking demon.
demon.
He could have done anything. He could have left a scroll. He could have just been there.
Why don't you just email Sloshed Train and figure out why?
I'm not ready to open up the line of communication with Slosh Train.
The guy could have woken up and it could have been written on it could have been scratched into his chest.
Anything.
He fucking wrote it on the Post-it note. He's a demon, not an animal.
But what is
On
he
blood,
like?
in the mirror. He looks in the mirror in the morning and it's written
I don't
in
know
blood.
why you guys are
dude,
yelling at me.
It's
I
a
didn't write it.
Boomer accountant? Is that why you left this stick? Is that what this demon does? Is just like he just fucking moonlights as a demon?
I haven't forgotten about you yet.
Here we go. Here's a story called Memory Foam.
Memory phone?
No memory foam, but
Memory foam.
memory foam.
Yeah, the boob that remembers.
Yep.
Okay.
They all do. Now you got a memory that runs for years and they
Can you get
remember
a
every
breast-
single mistake you've ever made.
A breast implant with memory foam, huh? Well, now I'm thinking.
I mean, you can really see her than your digit holes in them. There's monsters under my bed, Jimmy screamed, throwing himself between his startled parents. I never went to my parents' bed because I never wanted to, because it always smelled weird in there.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder what they were doing in there. Just
Ugh.
your father's alcoholic farts and your mom's crying?
Yep. Tears have a mysterious scent.
Well, my father was an over-the-night truck driver, so I would, no, that sounds weird, but I would sleep in the same bed as my mother quite regularly. I don't want
I'm
to
so
sound
glad
like
you said that.
Now it sounds
I'm
like
so glad you said it. Let's keep this in the show.
I'm
so glad.
I did not say it because
bed quite often.
Mommy
Psychos,
always said it was nice to have a man in the room.
No, the reason that I didn't want to say it wasn't because I felt guilty for being a wonderful child, was because you two perverted scoundrels.
You breastfed until you were 12.
No, that is not true. That is not true.
Until
see.
you were 7.
That is also not true. What the hell is wrong with you guys? It was a little bit late, but it was not. It was 2.
4.
I was 2 years old. And at least I could breastfeed suckleless Zabrowski.
But you don't even.
You would be, if you were a
How
Lord of the Rings
fucking
character, you
dare
would be
you.
suckleless.
How dare you?
You.
No, it's part of the reason why I'm a comedian, so I never felt the love of the bosom.
Uh-huh.
I'm glad that we got here. Mommy wrapped him up while Daddy offered assurances that monsters weren't real. Jimmy pleaded with him to go make sure he pulled himself up and plodded down the hall. All was well until they heard a loud thumping noise followed by silence. Jimmy's mother decided to check on her husband, leaving Jimmy alone in the dark. Jimmy heard the creaks of the floor and another loud thump, then silence. Jimmy lay there, hoping that his imagination was just running wild. He decided to go and find out what was going on. Tiptoeing his way around the creaking floorboards, he peeked in through the hole to see his mother wiping the floor and his father leaned over his bed. Jimmy opened the door slowly. His mother hopped up, hiding her hands behind her back.
They're doing pee play. The biggest scare of all.
Sorry, she said to him gently. Your father slipped on a toy and tore your bed. He's sewing it back up, and I'm just cleaning up. His dad finished and walked over to him. Why don't you sleep with us tonight, champ?
What?
He said as he picked him up. Jimmy fell asleep easily, safely tucked between his parents.
Don't say it like that.
Come sleep with us. Mommy's cleaned up.
All
Don't
right,
worry,
honey, you
Mommy's
guys are
cleaned up.
freaking-
Come
No.
and sleep with your clean mommy and your clean daddy.
It is a little strange that the father proposed the idea.
Don't you come up in there and hop up on my knee.
I think it's acceptable as long as the father is is just like, God damn it, again, the kid has to sleep with us. Like,
Jimmy,
that's
why
the
don't you
only-
sleep spread eagle on my face?
Yeah. That ain't no way. You're not going to get a lot of rest doing that. Uncomfortable, yeah.
Jimmy's parents seemed odd the next day. After dinner, they put him to bed without a word. He realized that his bed felt very lumpy and wondered if his father had re-sewn it incorrectly. He went to find his parents, but the door was locked. He banged on it, but eventually made his way back to his lumpy bed and fell asleep.
Oh.
He questioned his parents the next morning about the bed and the door, and his father sternly replied that he was too old to be afraid of monsters, and they would be locking him in his room at night until he'd gotten over it.
Seems more like something a Casper mattress could solve. You have a lumpy mattress? I know the exact cure.
We don't even have a discount code for them anymore.
Oh, we don't?
Nope. The night was cold. And sleep did not come quickly. Laying under his blanket, he noticed that even with the fan blowing, something was beginning to smell. He tried to ignore it, but ended up sleeping on the floor. This is like Kissel in his house.
It's a Dutch oven. He's Dutch ovening himself.
He convinced his parents to check his bed the following morning, but they found no smell or strange lumps. For lying, his father locked Jimmy in his room for the day.
Jeez.
Time passed slowly, and by late afternoon, Jimmy was nauseous with hunger, made worse. It's actually not nauseous, it's nauseated.
Yes, indeed. Not good.
Made worse by the potent smell coming from his bed in the afternoon heat. Determined to find the smell, he cut open the line of stitching his father had sewn. There, surrounded by stuffing, were the decaying but recognizable bodies of his parents. He began to scream at the sight of their rotting skin. He kept screaming until a knock came on the door. "Jimmy, are you okay?" came his mother's voice. Then his father's. "Remember, Jimmy,
There are no monsters under the bed.
That's scary. I don't like it. He's been sleeping on his parents for the past week.
I'll sleep on your fucking parents."
Oh, my God. That was, honestly, a great twist.
It was a very good twist.
Very well done. You think about the demon or the ghost or the entity being under the bed, not inside of the bed like Johnny Depp in the first Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm still stewing a little bit on. I'm kind of upset with you a little bit, Henry.
And then they recreated, you gotta watch it again.
I'll
They
watch
recreated
it.
the same kill in number 4, which is great. Number 4 just has like 2 times the kills of number 3.
Well, that's the Puppet Master one, right?
Yes.
Yes.
No, number
that's
3
Dream
has
Warriors.
the Puppet Master.
That's Dream Warriors, yeah.
Yeah, so number 4 has multiple kills. That is the Roach Motel kill.
Ah,
And
yeah, that's
he
one of the
said-
favorite kills.
All that kind of
Best
shit. That
kill.
was great. 5 is not good as
Okay,
well.
I'll
5's got Freddy babies in it, but it starts good. But then when the Freddy babies start, then it gets weird.
That's weird.
That's when the series gets weird for you? Yes. Okay.
That's when it becomes unbelievable.
Well, mine is about a lost episode of a beloved television show.
Yay!
It's about
remakes.
Like every
That's
episode.
my favorite reboots. Yay!
Like
I
every
want to see them old.
It's like every episode of The Cosby Show. Do you remember that? When that used to be on like nonstop and then it was just, it's gone.
Just take any scene from the Cosby Show now and put like like music behind it, and it becomes very sinister.
I believe that.
This is about a lost episode of Seinfeld called The Mason.
Who would have thought Ed O'Neill from Married with Children turned out to be the better dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Bill Cosby. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Yeah. Yeah, this one showed up on the X board, the paranormal board of 4chan many years
no.
ago.
Oh,
back
no.
when that was many years ago, back when it was still fun.
Cool.
Here we go. There's a story about a lost episode of Seinfeld floating around the internet. The episode was supposed to air around season 6, but it was mysteriously cut. The official story about the episode was that it featured Elaine purchasing a firearm after being mugged, but many elements about this episode were never revealed until recently.
What's the deal with guns not being allowed? I say the bullet shouldn't be allowed.
I agree. And
That's the deal.
what is the deal? Comedians in cars, they do get coffee. They forget. Don't forget the B storyline in the lost episode of Seinfeld when Kramer does stand up.
Controversial.
NBC executives refused to officially report on the episode until the Seinfeld Season 6 DVD commentary. I have the tape, but as someone who works within NBC, I can't reveal my sources.
Oh, it's Kathy Najimy?
Could be. Love her work. Great witch.
I work at the GE building in Rockefeller Plaza, and I have access to their digital archives. That's as much as I can divulge. We also have the entire original Seinfeld series in multiple formats, including original reels and VHS tapes. I noticed an episode with the production code 607 was missing from the tape set, and it was relocated in a set of old newsreels. The replacement episode, The Mom and Pop Store, was filmed a season later to replace the missing episode. The missing episode is oddly titled The Mason. The episode starts out as normal with Jerry's apartment, but the camera is much more steady.
What's the deal with standing your ground? Isn't it everybody's ground? It's not your ground. It's not his ground. It's everybody's ground.
Don't anger him too much. He can buy us and kill us.
Jerry walks out as though he's been drugged and remarks that all of his family and friends have been dying lately. His buzzer rings and it's George. George runs up, half crying, and tells Jerry he's seen something terrible. He's mumbling and stuttering for about 5 minutes until he can form a sentence. There are still pauses for humor, but there's no audience or laugh track. George informs Jerry that planes have crashed into the Twin Towers due to a terrorist attack on New York.
I want to see
is
this episode. This is good. This is real primetime television.
Jerry turns on the news, and you can see modern footage of the 9/11 attacks, all pre-filmed several years beforehand.
Good.
George says that isn't the worst part. Elaine and Kramer were in the towers at the time of the bombing.
Oh
what
my.
precedes is a graphic and explicit phone call of screaming and crying as Kramer says that something terrible has happened and Elaine is dead. Kramer
terrible.
screams, "There's no air in the building! There's no air in the building!" and he's burning to death, and then he's gonna jump.
It is kind of funny if Kramer did it, though.
The camera cuts to live footage of a man falling from the Twin Towers. George genuinely looks upset and says, "I'm sorry, Larry, but I can't go through with this." And he tries to walk off the set, but people stop him and push him towards the stage. He walks out Jerry's prop window and you can hear him calling his agent. There's a lot of mumbling and you can see candles being lit behind the stage. Jerry goes over to the bookcase and pulls it aside, revealing a ceremonial black table with candles, a dinner plate, and a strange box.
Yeah.
There is a Masonic symbol against black cloth just outside where the fake stage window would be.
What's the deal with adrenochrome? I can't even deal with coffee after 4 p.m.
Well, that's one on the chopping on the floor there, the old editor's floor.
Jerry says some weird things in a foreign dialect, and one cut of the camera shows a poster of Barack Obama.
Whoa.
This episode originally aired in 1995.
Oh my God, this is Q territory.
This really is.
The scene ends with Jerry waking up in bed as though it's all a nightmare. Kramer comes in and asks if Jerry has seen a lizard.
Oh yeah.
Jerry laughs and says, We are the lizards!
Whoa!
The camera zooms slightly and Jerry's eyes become slivered like almonds.
Yeah, he's a fucking reptilian, dude.
The tape
This is anti-Semitic. This has become anti-Semitic immediately.
It might be, but what's interesting about a reptilian comedian, airplane food tastes good to them.
The tape is only 7 minutes long, and what precedes is just 20 minutes of dead air. If you continue watching to the end, it seems there are 3 more news reports tacked on. The first is about an outbreak of swine flu. The second, about a train bombing. And the third... And that's where the story ends.
Oh no, what about the moon news?
Oh, there's no moon news. Oink, oink, swine flu. No moon news.
That's where it ends. I didn't make the connection with everyone being Jewish and everyone being lizards. I didn't make that connection.
They're not all Jewish, I don't think.
They're not all Jewish.
Elaine isn't Jewish.
No, George isn't.
And George isn't. I don't believe. I think he's Roman Catholic.
Like Michael Richard is not either.
No,
Yeah,
it's
so
just
it's
Jerry.
just Jerry.
But he's
yeah.
the one who turns into the lizard.
Yeah, but he
Well,
says we are all the lizards.
We're all the
which
lizards.
would make that would make Kramer a lizard too.
Cool.
George is
All right.
obviously not a lizard because he doesn't want to go through any of this.
Obviously not.
He's trying to get a new job.
As always.
But then they continued filming seasons. That's interesting, is that this happened
They actually-
in this fictional world.
Yeah.
This episode was shot in the middle of the season. And they did a lot of covering up for it, but they still got together the next week and did the fucking, they did the puffy shirt episode.
They did the whole thing, of course. I love the puffy shirt episode. All right, as promised, the sequel to A Halloween to Regret.
This is a Halloween to regret.
Okay. And I'm assuming that Slosh Train also wrote this one. Let me just be
How
sure.
long is this?
It's enough. Slosh Train, thank you so much for, again, adding to the great fabric
We
of
don't
our
even know
country.
what else he's posted. God, I'm saying he. I'm assuming he, but I don't know what else this person we're way he's involved in.
A lot of ladies get hammered on the trains and on the planes. All right, here we go. It's hard to believe a year has passed since the incident. We covered the incident in the last story. I laid there on my bed trying
Did you keep the Post-it note?
Shit. You're ruining the vibe that I'm creating.
I'm sorry. I guess it's supposed
hard
to be
to
spooky.
believe that a year has passed since the incident. That was the one we talked about. I laid there on my bed trying to rid the memories of that unfortunate night. But no matter how hard I tried, I can't repress the events of that night. Halloween again? I said quietly to myself. You would think this would make him love Halloween. But anyway, I got up from my bed and headed towards the kitchen. Today, I wasn't going to school due to the special circumstances. I ate my breakfast and made no conversation with my family. My family just glared at me the whole time. Okay.
Teenagers are weird.
They really are. My mom said, so today is a nice day, perfect weather. Oh, this is the mom. So today is a nice day, perfect weather. That's good. You made me do this.
I
That's
need
good.
you to differentiate. I need to know the different characters.
I know. So that's his mother, just for future reference. I just looked at her and left the kitchen. I went back to my room and sat there at my desk staring at the clock. Silence. I miss my friends, and not a day goes by that I haven't thought about them. The police never found a trace of them after that night, and obviously they didn't believe a single word I said. Typical cops, I thought in my head. I kept the sticky note to answer your question. I kept the sticky note I received after that night in a box in my closet. Should I? I questioned myself. I went to my closet, grabbed the box, and placed it on my desk. All right.
So they don't even have sticky notes in the house. So this demon went to its desk in whatever office.
Went to the demon's
demon's office and said,
Yeah.
I'm in your pretty faces going to hell. I understand that there is demon. So that's what he did.
Yes,
That's
he
what
did.
we're saying. So you're saying Gary Bunda did this.
It's possible. I went to the closet, grabbed the box, and placed it on my desk. All right, it's time, I said to myself. I opened the box to find the sticky note was no longer there. No, this can't be right. I started to panic. I searched my room from the top to bottom and found the note, but no luck. Running out of options, I stormed out of my room and went back to the kitchen. Where is the note? I demanded. My mom replied, what note? You kid, shithead. The note.
I sent you two really good creepypastas.
I'm getting to this. Okay, the note.
Like I sent you good ones.
The note was in this fucking box. I yelled with rage. The note was in this fucking box. I yelled with rage.
Get out of here. You're 36 years old.
My sister said, oh my God, I have to do more character work.
Welcome to being a character actor. Just try to sound like a genuine woman.
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about.
Can't believe he's single, ladies.
We don't know about any note. Lies, I yelled back. My older brother said, calm down, David. Calm down, David. He has a speech impediment. I yelled in frustration, God damn it. I stormed out of the living room and headed into the garage. I grabbed my bike and set off into the streets. I don't know what I accomplished doing that, but I just needed to leave. I pedaled my way down the streets and through traffic until I reached the cemetery.
This story is just like every Freddy movie where it's all about kids saying, my parents don't understand.
They don't understand. You got to pedal away. I left my bike on the grass and walked down the numerous rows of graves. I reached my friends' graves. Who did this? I whispered. I stood there in silence and dread, remembering all the good times of my fallen friends. A tear rolled down my cheek. It's scary how life can take the things/people you love from you in just a matter of seconds. Isn't that true, though? My friends aren't dead. They're trapped by that monster. I spent a whole year living in fear. I'd done everything I can to keep him away. Rituals, sacrifice, spells, everything. I hope this is over.
You're 15.
I hope this is over, and I could have bet and I could go on and live my life. I was about to leave until I noticed something on one of the gravestones. What do you think it was, Marcus?
Licorice.
His own name.
His own name?
Licorice.
Henry? No, it was a sticky note. You two idiots.
I am so mad. What is the fucking...
It was a sticky note.
There is nothing scary about a sticky note.
I leaned down and took the note, and it said, I still haven't forgotten you. I dropped the
It's
note.
the same voice as the older brother.
No, the older brother was like,
These are all the same voices.
I don't know. It comes from the same vessel. Okay. So even if you make a bunch of Kool-Aid and then you drink the Kool-Aid, but then you put water in it, you'll still have the shades of the Kool-Aid. It's all the same vessel.
That's your acting ability. You're going to say he's leftover Kool-Aid.
I'm a 6'7" man. I can't transcend into others. I haven't forgotten about you. I froze. How did the sticky note get here? Unless I dropped the note and began sprinting towards my bike. Before I reached my bike, a black, tall figure approached in front of me. "What's the hurry? We're just getting started," he said. That's scary. Everything faded to black. I woke up tied to a chair in a large concrete chamber with only a light from the ceiling and a metal door. The metal door opened and the hooded man walked in. The hooded man remarked, "Told you I haven't forgotten about you." I felt too weak to talk. All my energy has been sucked out of me. I just glared at him. "Your protections are gone. I'm going to have fun with you tonight. Let's begin, shall we?" This is going to get nasty.
No one cared about.
No, people do care about this because it's about to get nasty. He brought in a cart filled with torture devices. He took out a sharp knife and jammed it into my chest cavity. I yelled at the top of my lungs as the blood gushed out of my body.
This is a kid afraid of his changing body. That's what this is all an allegory for.
Shut up. That's what he said aggressively as he grabbed my tongue and cut it off with a knife. I felt the blood gushing out of my mouth. I tried to get away until he ripped open my torso and violently stabbed my organs. "Do you know how much trouble you caused me? How a simple human escaped from grasps?" He raged as he began tearing apart his organs. Maybe he was supposed to do this for his boss and he didn't do a good job. He grabbed my intestines and started choking me with it. I gasped for air. Everything started to fade out. He let go of me and walked to the cart. He grabbed a dull hacksaw from the cart and began cutting off my limbs. This is cool. I felt the hacksaw rip through my muscle. The pain was nothing I have ever felt before. I fucking hope so.
How are you writing this?
Well, at this point, he's had a knife to the chest, his tongue cut out, he's been disemboweled and strangled with his own intestines, and he's still conscious.
Yes, and now the person, the hacksaw was ripping through the muscle, and he never felt anything like that before.
You sound like me yelling at the screen last night watching Freddy's Dead, trying to explain, understand the rules that have been decimated by episodes 5 and 6 of Elm Street.
Nightmare on Elm Street, every time I've clicked on it on TV, it's been the new one, and I just can't stand it, so they need to put a caveat where it's like, this is not the real Nightmare on Elm Street. I kept yelling and resisting. Hopefully someone or something will save me, but I guess my luck has ran out. The hooded man grabbed my arm and tore it from my body. I can't take it anymore. I shut my eyes. I woke back up in the chair. My body was restored to normal. I heard a laugh from the dark corner. Okay, the hooded man smirked. "We're just getting started." The metal door opened and I saw my family walk in the room. They had no expressions on their face. "No," I said in disbelief. "This can't be." You should have seen the look in their eyes," he laughed. "You should have seen the look in their eyes," he laughed. My family gone. My worst fears became a reality. Every nightmare, fear, and doubt. The past year I lived in mortal terror for my life and my family, wondering when it'll strike. Ended up happening anyway. My fate was doomed from the start. He tortured me for hours on end.
I sent you really good creepypastas.
I got those. Those are coming up. He tortured me for hours on end, not sparing any tool or method. I couldn't do nothing but sit there. After a couple hours, he stopped and said, "Now it's time for you to become my puppet, you pest."
I'm sick of it. What's so long? This is a fucking job.
He stuck his whole hand into my chest. I felt the very being of my being torn out of me. My very soul tearing into shreds.
It's not interesting.
No, I'm not giving up. I began fighting back all my might. He's not taking me. What now? This can't be. It's impossible. He said in shock. I'm getting there. He said in shock because I tore his soul out of his body. I control him now. I felt the power of thousands of souls coursing through my veins. I could now liberate all the souls of the innocent people that fallen victim to the hooded man or become stronger. It is Halloween night, and I made my decision. This
is all just a saddest tweet.
No, hold on. Time to collect souls. Written by Slosh Train.
Yeah, but it's called A Halloween to Regret, and it sounds like he doesn't regret it at all. It sounds like he's pretty happy with the end result.
Yeah, he got a job.
Well, I bet you he would have liked if he didn't have any of that happen to him.
I bet. You know what this is actually all about? You know what's weird? True. This comes back to the economy. This is about how difficult it is to find a job out there, even with a college degree.
Yeah.
Point.
He's living at home. You know what I mean? He gets out there and what's out there
made.
in this economy?
Point made, Henry.
You got to harvest souls for this man.
Powerful.
For this technically off-brand Slender Man.
Powerful. Yes, indeed. Okay.
So I was going to read a long one. Now I'm going to read a short one.
Okay.
This comes from a collection of supposedly true stories.
They said that was supposed to be a 4-minute long story, but it seemed longer than that.
It felt like it was years long.
Yeah. That puts you in the mood there. Get scared.
True story time.
Okay.
I was about 4 or 5 years old, and my parents had just separated. My mom was living in a 2-bedroom apartment. I had my own room, but I felt I liked sleeping in her bed whenever I was staying with her. Again, with all the sleeping with the mothers. Our 2 bedrooms were at the end of the hallway, directly across from each other. Our apartment was on the first floor, and I remember that it was in the middle of the summer. My mom had a window open in her room, which was directly behind the bed above the headboard. I woke up in the middle of the night, and I remember sitting up and seeing that our cat was sitting in the door frame of my mom's room. Her door was open, and you could partially see into my bedroom. It was strange because our cat was a huge snuggler and was typically always in bed with us. As I watched him, he walked into my apartment, meowed.
Oh, meow.
I turned to face my mom and wake her up.
Not right meow. Not right meow, I'm tired.
I'm just...
Hey, Henry, who am I? Not right meow, I'm tired. Your wife. I'm your wife.
We have sex. We do have sex.
Not right meow, I'm tired.
No, we can't do it all the time. Okay. She does get tired sometimes.
Yeah, she does.
Is he tired? All right, meow.
Sometimes she does get tired, all right?
Yeah, no kidding.
works
She's a
out a
human
lot.
being. You
We
didn't
all get
marry a
tired.
sex doll. Yeah, of course.
In the 3 to 4 seconds it took her to wake up and ask me what was wrong, we both looked back up to the door frame, and there was a man standing by my open door, making his way out of my bedroom. I still don't know how she managed to do it so quickly, but my mother proceeded to pick me up and literally throw me out the screen window. Ooh. Again, we were on the first floor, and it was maybe 3-foot drop to the ground. She quickly followed, and we were able to start screaming for help, and someone called 911. The police came, but didn't see any sign of forced entry, only that our front door was unlocked, which led them to believe the man must have exited that way. But the strange thing was that my mom swore up and down that she had locked the door that night with the deadbolt and chain lock. About a week later, she was cleaning the kitchen and opened up our water heater closet and found a notebook with names and drawings, as well as a pair of gloves and some gum wrappers. The man had been in our house and had hid until we were asleep.
Well, you shouldn't be chewing gum.
This is the reason why I read this story is because this is my
It's real life, though.
That's my scariest scenario.
There is something in this house that I'm living at where I just hear like big thuds, and so I literally reacted like as if I was going to open the door and see because there were squatters in my home before.
Yes.
And so I brought up there, and I don't know what this means, but I brought Puffin with me, and I was holding Jerry, and I was just getting ready to throw Jerry at a person. It's like chomp on him.
What is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, do you have 13 hours here?
What's your truest fear?
Solitary confinement.
Yeah.
Mine
in
are
prison.
heights.
Yeah.
Heights is your truest fear?
Truest fear. I hate heights.
Honey, you walk around with clouds around your shoulders, you big old fucking goon. You upset?
No, I'm not upset because I didn't hear you up here. Little man. Yeah.
My biggest fear is failure.
Wow.
No, it's not. Honestly,
Wow,
no. My
that's-
biggest fear, that is that idea
My
of
biggest
someone
fear is that I
stalking
do
you.
too much.
I just do too much. I work
too
too hard,
much.
and I care. I care too much. But the idea of like someone stalking you and waiting for your very most vulnerable moment, because we've seen it time and time again. Remember the piss shrine, which ended up being in a cum shrine, but it's like that person was waiting
side
for someone
stories.
to leave, and that's real. That's a real.
Well, that's
story.
why Parasite was such a fantastic, I believe, horror film. I know you don't call it that, but I believe it was a horror film.
I viewed it as more of an intense drama. It was more about because it was about class.
I don't know. It's just the idea that some person is in your house when you're asleep and just go into the kitchen and pouring himself a glass of milk. He will not have anything to eat in my kitchen.
It's very scary.
But yeah, no, absolutely.
All right, for my next story, Henry, I'm going to need your assistance on this one. It's called The Vintage Carousel. I grew up in a pretty crummy town, Nowheresville, a real one-horse piece of crap with a small municipal park that housed a vintage carousel since time immemorial.
Hey, Marcus, when are you going to start reading the story? We really don't care about your past.
Man,
I can't argue with it. I can't argue with it.
We're seriously filled with it today.
We are full of it.
You guys are just full of beans over there.
We are full
It's
of
just
beans.
Beantown over
I
there.
took
now.
a huge shit when we took our bathroom break.
Yeah, you did. Yes, you did.
The same elderly guy sat in his little booth in the center, no matter the weather. He would sometimes watch, whilst the ornately painted wooden horses paraded by him for the billionth time. He would always stare back at me and smile a little.
Yeah, I'm not done with you yet.
I hate you. It's the worst story.
Me and my friend Billy used to invent names for the old man when he was out of earshot. Immature stuff like Horse's Ass and Prick Draw McGraw. You get it?
I like that one. Prick Draw McGraw.
Sounds like a real Jeffrey Toobin.
Very good, Henry. I'm so happy you're into television news personalities all of a
I
sudden.
am helping end this. My goal is to help end the Toobin conversation.
Okay, great. Thank you.
There wasn't much else to do around town. The park was essentially the only place for teenagers to hang out. Billy and I spent many a weekend hearing an endless loop of gaudy organ music, which more than likely drove old Prickdraw insane long ago. Late one spring afternoon, we were in the park as usual, thinking up new monikers for old PD, when he surprised us by emerging from his booth. This was a rare occurrence. And cheerfully waving us towards him. Come here, boys.
No, don't go. Don't do it.
This carousel sure is a beauty, ain't it? Say, do you cowboys ever hear the legend of why each horse is so darn pretty?
Is that your Bill Cosby? What is that?
See, the carousel sure is a beauty.
No,
See,
don't give him a Bill Cosby voice.
No, I don't want to.
No, I know.
Nah, sneered Billy. Enlighten us. PD leaned back against one of his trusty steeds and stared wistfully at us.
well, the story goes that each of these beasts is secretly alive. But you only see their true form if you switch on the power after sunset. Why else do you think I never operate the old girl at night?
That's a real big pile of horse shit, chuckled Billy, which made me blush a little. I was a punk, but I minded my manners. PD gave us both his usual bland grin and said,
You fellas should mosey on home. It's getting late, and I'd best call it a day.
but we stuck around, as Billy had decided to call the weird geezer's bluff, especially since we'd noticed that he sometimes absent-mindedly left the key in the ignition of the ancient machinery, and that night was such an occasion.
Oh my God.
We waited a couple of hours until it was good and dark, virtually pitch black, and then crept into the booth and began hitting random buttons and fiddling with a rusty dial. Eventually, the thing sputtered to life, quite literally. We didn't notice the screams at first, as the organ ditty was almost deafening from where we were standing, but we could see clearly enough. On every post where wooden horses had once stood were human beings, impaled. Some through the chest, some through other parts of their anatomy. Some wore odd clothing. Some had faces I recognized. Locals who had vanished over the years. Their cacophony was unbearable. Billy and I hugged each other, trapped in the epicenter. Somehow, over that dreadful noise, we heard Prickjaw's cackling voice.
Making this room for a couple more!
It's mean.
And that's the story. They became horses.
They became horses.
Which is, if you've seen how horses are kept, is kind of a curse.
Absolutely it is. Wow. You mentioned organ music, and I didn't want to interrupt a great story, but it did remind me of Tom Green. Daddy, did you want some sausage?
Daddy, you want some sausage?
He's playing with hot dogs because I was thinking about organ meats.
He created our whole generation.
Tom Green is GOAT. I love Tom
That's where
Green.
you went from organ. You didn't think of organ music. You didn't think of some nice hot pipes. You thought
No,
of
I
organ
thought
meats.
of both. I thought of both. But I did think, Daddy, do you want some sausage?
Daddy, you want some
My mom was on the
sausage?
Swedish. I don't know if any of Tom Green's old stuff holds up, but it does in my mind.
Every bit of it does.
Yeah.
Every bit of it, yeah. You
love
should
him.
watch him on the Drew Barrymore show. It was very sweet to hear them reminisce.
It made me sad because he's obviously still in love with her.
Yes.
Well, no.
Yes, he's obviously still in love with her.
Really?
Yes.
They just
Very
became
much.
page 7.
Really? Wow. Check out page 7. Yes, indeed. I got down the rabbit hole of Sandra Bullock and Jesse James. I think she really loved him, too, but he cheated on her a bunch. Now, this is the story that you sent me.
I sent you good ones.
You sent me the story. I'm going to do this. We only have one more each, folks. Whew. I know it's been a journey so far. But here we go. This one's called The Weird Doll with Brown Eyes. His daughter came home with a weird doll that day. She seemed pretty excited about it. He was happy that she was happy, but there was something about that doll. Whenever he saw the doll, whether it was lying in the living room or his daughter's room, it always looked at him as though it was staring at him. Its eyes were so real. He could not shake the feeling that they were following him, those big old brown eyes. Sounds like he wanted to have sex with his daughter's doll.
Hey, man, it's lonely being a father.
I guess.
Ask every father you know.
Absolutely. He found the doll lying on the table one day and found that its eyes were bloodshot. It's
Smoking weed.
It's like Towley from South Park. That could not have been possible. It was a doll. It was not alive. It was a doll. That very moment, his daughter flounced in and grabbed the doll. I don't know what flounced in means.
It's Miss Piggy movement.
Love Miss Piggy. She said, "Look, Daddy." She said, I drew on her eyes and skipped away. So there we go. That's kind of a nice explanation. One day, the father heard loud thumping noises from his daughter's room. He ran to her room and found her playing with the doll with a newly formed scratch upon her cheek. He asked her how she got it.
Oh, it just happened while I was playing with the doll.
Now it kind of sounds like Puffin.
It does.
He left the room perturbed. I don't know why he would be perturbed, though, but he left the room perturbed. He was perturbed because he had noticed how weird he felt when the doll was around. He had noticed how strangely attached to the doll his daughter was and how strange the doll's eyes were. What he did not notice, however, was a small, squeaky, broken voice whispering the words,
Don't go, please.
That's kind of scary.
Don't go, please.
Shh, little Dolly, said the little girl. We don't want Daddy to ruin our play.
She's torturing the live doll.
Whoa, she's mean.
She is making life bad for Annabelle.
Yeah.
Wow, Annabelle.
Flipped it.
Cool. All
Yeah, flipped
right. Very nice. I like it. A lot of dolls today.
So this story is a little bit different, but I like it.
You like it? I'm getting so good at acting. You really are. You like it?
You're going to get back into commercial auditions. Tempus fugit. I'm not an Arctic researcher. I'm not even a natural scientist. I'm a graduate student in business marketing.
She really said, it's like, I didn't ask any of those things.
And I drug women in order to put them to sleep so I can feel their body.
Okay.
Still, when I caught wind of the opportunity to make serious bank by babysitting an international oceanic research station in the far north of Canada over the winter, I jumped at the chance.
And why wouldn't you? I mean, how fun does that sound?
It would also give me loads of quiet, boring hours in which to write my doctoral thesis called Money Making Money.
Money making money. Make your money
Boom,
work for you.
flip it. That's
Boom,
what
flip
he
it.
writes. He actually wrote the book that you learn Boom, Flip It from.
Boom, flip it.
The entire station was crewed by me and 2 other students, a second-year geophysicist and a fifth-year English literature student. Our duties involved simply running nightly checks of the station and the seismic monitors. We all had work to do, so we typically only interacted in the cavernous mess hall at breakfast and dinner.
It takes you 5 years to get an English lit degree?
Yeah, it takes a long time to go to school and then not have anything to be hireable for.
Oh.
Yeah, it took me 5 years to get a creative writing degree.
Look at him.
Look at him now. Look at that.
Yeah, look at me now. Look at me go.
New York Times bestseller, Marcus Parr.
Yes. That's honestly, you are the tail.
You are technically.
You technically did it
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
There are other people that are screaming that have been writing and can't do anything.
Yep. Maybe they've been writing on Post-it notes.
Hey, days seem too short to you? David, the literature student, asked one morning. I replied that they should be this far up and that they would continue shortening until we entered constant darkness. No, I mean the whole cycle. 24 hours isn't 24 hours. With that, he wandered off to eat a Pop-Tart and left me thinking there was something about the shortening daylight that interacted with his perception of time.
So this guy is saying like blow your mind shit, and then he just bites into a strawberry Pop-Tart?
Too much sugar.
I guess.
A week later, I emerged from my quarters looking for cookies. David was sitting alone in the mess. Ready for the nightly check? I asked. David seemed taken aback. Are you kidding? I just ate lunch. It was just... We looked around the dark room. 11 a.m. David sat out of the check that night. And the next. And every check for the next week. I found him in his quarters one morning, unshaven, with bloodshot eyes. He turned to me, the jutting cheekbones and neck muscles, making it apparent he hadn't eaten much. If you watch the minutes, every minute, the day stays right, he said before turning back to his clock. Paul and I left him to himself, taking up his responsibilities during the checks. And then Paul missed breakfast. I went looking for him, assuming he had gotten a cold, before heading out to do the check on my own. He answered his door in a chipper mood. Oh, something wrong? I was just about to come have breakfast. He visibly deflated when I told him it was time for the check. Over the next 3 days, he began checking his wristwatch more and more frequently. He would cry out and get my attention when he noticed missing time. I never corroborated his experience. Time seemed to flow normally. Paul has taken up a table far in the back of the mess, one arm extended to keep track of his watch and the other keeping notes. I've been doing the nightly checks myself for 3 weeks. 2 nights ago, I checked off the last seismograph and turned to hit the mess. Daylight shone in through a window, light that only peeked out around noon each day. I had been on my check for 15 hours. It felt like 30 minutes.
I love that, because if it was a movie, then you could have a funny line being like, well, I'm not really missing it. You know, like, you'd be like, man, where was all the time going? Like, we have a lot of missing time. I can't really say I'm missing it. Wow, very scary. Cool, if you think about time. We've been talking a lot about time this year.
Well, it's because we're experiencing every single second of it.
Little moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we're really just marinating in how much time there is. And how each day drags, but each month shoots by.
It really does. Isn't that strange? It really does.
I got one more. It's called I Don't Know What Was Scarier by Impy Real Invective.
Ooh, that's a hell of a name.
It's a hell of a name. After a long day at work, there was nothing that I wanted more than a nice, relaxing shower. Under the rivulets of water, I felt the stress and tension wash off me. I stepped out of the shower, silently cursing that it was laundry day, and I had no clean towels to dry off with. It really wasn't a big deal. I would drip dry and make sure that I took everything to the laundry the next day. I walked around the bedroom, letting the cool night air circulate over my body, which caused my skin to prickle. It was cold outside, but I expected the house should have been a little warmer. I would have to call utilities and see if there might be a problem with my heating. I didn't want to sit on anything for fear of soaking it, so I decided I would lay out my clothes for the next day. I stepped into my closet and pulled the cord to turn on the light bulb that hung from the ceiling. There was a brief flash before something was illuminated that I had not prepared for. A man. In one fist, he clenched an old-fashioned straight razor. In his other hand was a roll of electrical tape and a bag of salt. There was a twisted smile plastered across his face that made his intentions very clear. I wanted to scream, but fear paralyzed my throat. I don't know what was scarier, the realization that I was in this situation stark naked, or the fact that he was too.
Whoa! Ding dong, ding dong. That is scary.
That is really scary. Like you can just scanning down the strange man and be like, oh my God, his dick is out.
Whoa, I did not expect that. That takes it to another level.
To finally end our this creepypasta saga, we have to complete the triptych.
Of
the erotic yet terrifying world of Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri.
Every year, Jordan Spears has sent us a different Guy Fieri erotica, and I need to read this. I hope this finishes it.
I hope so, yeah.
But we're really going to get into it. This is, it's full of detail.
Okay, let's get into it.
My Curse, My Flavor Town 3. Guy's Gooey Games.
Oh, Triple G.
Guy Fieri walked through the woods of the Pacific Northwest looking for mushrooms and other such things to add his repertoire of flavors. As the self-appointed mayor of Flavor Town, he felt it important to always try and improve on his flavor game.
Now, to be fair, I do think he has been voted mayor of Flavor Town by this point.
At this point, he has earned it. He has earned it. He's not a Putin, false election head. No, he's gotten there.
These are real. Yeah.
Nachos aren't going to evolve on their own, after all. Little did he know, he was being watched the whole time. Guy continued walking through the woods, vaguely following a path that made sense to him, weaving through ferns and keeping his eyes low, searching for tasty mushrooms and roots. I'm certain he does this.
I'm sure he does.
Eventually, the woods opened up to a clearing at the edge of a great body of water. Guy decided to take a look around the shore for clams or other mollusks to store in his fanny pack. Then he heard it, twigs snapping and foliage rustling. A high-pitched cry broke the relative silence. Ah! Guy felt an odd stirring within himself. As an eternal being, he occasionally felt things here and there, vague feelings of recognizing other creatures of such power. What he felt now was much more primal. Without even meaning to, Bigfoot had let out the long, frustrated cry. It knew that it desperately needed the man's attention. And it needed something else, too. The sweet release of years of pent-up passion.
Oh, my.
Bigfoot walked out of the forest towards the man, its swollen, girthy dingus bouncing between its hairy legs. The man froze upon seeing Bigfoot, but a smile slowly spread across his face as he took note of Bigfoot's erect love dart.
Hey there, big fella.
The man called out.
I think you have just what I need right now. And I'm pretty sure I have a few things that'll make your day too.
Whoa.
Across the body of water, a long-necked beast poked its head out of the depths, intent on watching the scene unfold on the shore. It wasn't often that Ogopogo was able to see acts of such bestial passion.
Wow. Is that the Loch Ness Monster?
No, it's Ogopogo. It's different.
Different lizard. Guy unbuttoned his trademark flame-embroidered shirt, but didn't remove it. What he did remove was his sweet jean shorts and fanny pack. He adjusted his sunglasses to fit comfortably on the back of his head. Standing there, with his own engorged love muscle exposed in the bright sunlight, like some kind of golden god, he waited for the Sasquatch to make its move. Maybe it was time to kick it up a notch and entice his new playmate. He turned around and bent over, spreading his cheeks wide for the huge beast to see. Bending at the waist and folding himself almost in half, he stuck his head in between his spread legs and yelled,
Dinner is served, baby. Time to take a trip to Flavor Town. I heard you mostly eat berries and plants, but today you're gonna be a meat eater.
Whoa.
Not fully in control of itself, Bigfoot slowly advanced on Guy. He took up position behind him and bent at the knees, almost as if in prayer. Bigfoot gripped Guy's hips and pulled Guy towards his face. Sticking his dry, wide tongue out, he started licking Guy's balloon nut while Guy shrieked in ecstasy. Time passed and Bigfoot was ready for some release of his own and decided to enter Guy. As Bigfoot speared Guy, Guy's mind drifted back to memories from a lifetime ago, dwelling on the time he spent with a young man just starting to dabble in mysticism named Aleister Crowley. He spent months with him, teaching him secret skills and how best to power bottom. He hoped he made good use of them.
Yeah.
Guy was snapped out of his daydream when Bigfoot let loose another high-pitched cry. Ah! And then it was time. Bigfoot blasted his load into Guy, but he found that he couldn't stop coming. In fact, he couldn't even pull out. His balls were pulled out through his pee hole as he kept spraying load after load into Guy's voracious ass. Welcome to my flavor trap, Guy yelled, and then started cackling. The suction,
It's a twist!
the suction of Guy's ass started to increase steadily. Bigfoot was panicked at this point. He was striking Guy as hard as he could with his arms, trying to bite him, but it was no use. More and more of Bigfoot was being sucked inside Guy until all that was left was Bigfoot's screaming head. But even that too was pulled inside. Erupting like Mount St. Helens, Guy let loose a satisfied moan and spewed forth the skeleton of Bigfoot from his gaping urethra like a twisted Mortal Kombat fatality. Bigfoot's essence was now inside Guy, and he thought that legendary life force would sustain him for months to come. After recovering from such strenuous activity, he buttoned his shirt back up and collected his things. Across the water, a wave of cascading pleasure crashed over Ogopogo, and it spurted a beautiful clutch of eggs all over the shore. Guy scooped them up and put them inside his fanny pack, then went on his way in search of new flavors and lives to consume.
Interesting, although I do think there is something flawed in the logic here. Guy does not like eggs.
He doesn't like eggs.
So I think he does not like eggs.
This is not canon.
It's just one of the strangest things of all
He's
time.
missing out. Eggs can be a wonderful addition.
He doesn't
to a
like
meal.
eggs.
It's also it's a base food. You know, it's pretty important in cooking, but he doesn't like it.
He doesn't like them.
Because you don't got to put eggs on nachos. And if he doesn't go on a nacho, well, it's no good to Guy.
Eggs on nachos is just called chili chiles.
Yeah, it's great.
No kidding. All right, there it was. Spooky spaghetti, creepy pasta, magical minestrone, whatever you want to call it. That was so fun. And are we going to be doing this? We'll be doing some more creepy pastas as well, right?
Every once in a while,
Yeah.
we normally like to leave you wanting more when it comes to the creepy.
I definitely think they want more.
they are. I don't know. You know, certain stories. I think that once they get through the Post-it note scenario, like once they get through all of that, they're
that was
going to
the scariest tale yet. That was a twofer.
But we're in spooky season. That's why we want to keep it spooky. Next week, we're going to get fucked up, though, which I'm very looking forward to.
It is one of the most unbelievable stories I have ever came across, and it's true.
All right. Well, I hope when you say came across, you did not actually do that.
He doesn't come anymore.
Well, yes, he does. Of course he does.
Yeah, you saw, but I thought you build. I thought you
I came
He's not
today.
Sting.
I came today, Henry.
Look at that. Why do you make this man admit this over the national broadcasting air?
I'm glad that you did.
You keep talking about how I can't come, and you
He
keep
comes all
saying
the
it over
time.
and over again. My semen, my business, Henry. My semen, my business.
Listen
And
to
that's
that.
why-
Forced me. You forced me to this fucking position.
You did force him. He didn't force you to say so much. But
And that's when we'll have our first My Semen, My Business shirts coming out on lastpodcastmerch.com. If you go and check it out, you can yourself can tell other people to pay attention to themselves and their own semen instead of getting to my semen business.
my semen, my business, and business is frothy. All right, everyone. Well, thank you all so much for listening. Hope you're doing okay out there.
This week we got twitch.tv/Last Podcast Network, Saturday night, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got Marcus Parks. I've been saying Carolina Hidalgo Parks just because it's fun.
Yeah, you can say it. I mean, it's technically her name, but
It is her name.
Yeah,
Carolina
professionally,
Hidalgo.
she's Carolina Hidalgo.
Yeah, because if she changed her name to Carolina Parks, it would be an ungoogleable name because it would just bring up a bunch of parks in North and South Carolina.
Yes, you're
Absolutely.
completely correct. Honestly, that's incredibly smart. I didn't even think about that.
It's just her name. Yeah.
Wait, I knew because, when you type in Marcus Parks, it mostly brings up Marcus Parks named after Marcus Garvey.
Interesting.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, who knew?
Wow.
Yeah.
Really interesting. I didn't know any of
Learned
that.
it. Learned
Wow,
that one.
What a crushing blow.
Yes, indeed.
What a crushing blow to a broadcaster.
But yes, we
but also
are-
Ed Larson is on the stream as well, so you
Yeah.
can see his blood pressure on there as well.
And so we're going to try to do more on the Twitch. So November 1st, actually, Eddie, myself, and Travis Irvine, not Travis Morningstar, we're going to show snippets of our little documentaries that Travis Irvine made.
That's great. And then you
with
can also
us.
do
And-
audience interaction, do all that kind of shit.
So we're going to try to
Yeah.
keep that Twitch stream coming out.
And this
Hell
week's
yeah.
charity for Haunt Your House is we are raising money for Autobar, which is one of the first venues that we ever performed outside of
Iconic.
New York as Last Podcast. Murderfist performed there, Cowman performed there. It's a
Melt
very
Banana,
important spot to
band.
us. Yeah, I
Oh,
love that.
Mel Banana's fucking sick.
But I miss Autobar, and I hope that they do well. But that's what we said before. In this time period, I don't know what the fuck we're supposed to do. It seems to be because the government won't do anything, we all have to choose a business that we want to live.
Well, we can take care of it, and let's just try to help out as much as possible.
And we owe a lot
honestly-
to Autobar. Autobar gave us a chance way back in the early days, so we're supporting.
And thank you all so much for everyone who has donated, been watching the stream.
It's been incredible.
About 10,000, almost 10,000, like $8,000 has been raised.
It's been
so
great.
honestly, thank you all so much. I know. Purse strings are strapped right now, so the fact that you are giving is really awesome.
Those of you that can have been, and then honestly, just having you be there, it's just so fucking cool because I think during this time period, we all kind of need each other. We need you as much as you need us. I'm very excited that we could be here making yucks during the apocalypse.
Oh, right. Apocalypse.
But good.
Apocalypse.
It is apocalypse. I feel that. But thank you guys. Happy fucking Halloween. We got a week of it left. There's still a week of Halloween, you know?
I love it. Halloween is in the heart. So it really doesn't matter. It's a year-round.
Cholesterol's in my heart.
Yes, indeed it is. That's the true horror. Okay, everyone, hail yourselves.
Hail Satan.
Hail Gene.
Magusta Legends.
Hail me. Hail me.
I will if you write it on a Post-it note.
That is just the dumbest fucking way for a demon to communicate.
Well, tell it to the demon.
I just did. This show is made possible by listeners like you. Thanks to our ad sponsors, you can support our shows by supporting them. For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lastpodcastnetwork.com.